Hey guys, what's going on? Today we are spilling all of the coffee on what it's like to manifest on the day-to-day. What does that look like? How can we do it? And all of the things with our iced espresso. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Michaela, your girl here, helping you manifest your next level luxe life with all the Starbucks, all the first class, all the Louis Vuitton, of course, all of the things. So I'm super excited about today's episode because we are just having a fun little coffee chat together over my iced espresso. I will tell you the order in 1 second, and we're gonna be talking about what it looks like when you're manifesting on the daily. Like, I feel like a lot of times people are talking about manifestation, they're talking about, I want to manifest a car or a job, or like, I want to manifest $1 million, like these really big things, and you can totally manifest them in a day if you can get your energy behind that and if you can wrap your mind around that. But I want to talk about like what it looks like as somebody who just manifests on the daily. Like, this is a part of my life. I am a manifestation coach. I teach manifestation. I have a podcast all about manifestation. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about like what that actually looks like in my life daily. So, but before we get into that, my Starbucks order. So I've been obsessed with this, and I order a quad shot of espresso, 4 shots of espresso, baby, over ice, get it in the venti cup, and then ask for coconut milk. And this is basically just an iced latte with 4 shots, but it's only like $3 because you're only paying for the espresso. It is so genius. Put cinnamon on top because we want that good skin and that good heart health, and you're good to go. I can drink black coffee straight, so this is pretty decent for me. And I used to be a barista, so I can drink coffee up and down. But if you like a little flavor, throw in some mocha. I have a friend who gets white mocha in hers, and you're good to go. $3 for a venti iced latte. You are welcome. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about manifesting in the day-to-day, what that actually looks like. I have 3 things that I want to talk about for this. One, the very first thing that comes to mind when I took a step back to reflect on this, like, okay, like, what does this look like in my life where I have this kind of millionaire mindset, where I'm manifesting everything all the time? The first thing that comes to mind is just being in a great mood all of the time. And of course I'm human, of course you're human, we're gonna get in bad moods, we're gonna step in puddles of water, the bus is gonna be late sometimes, you might lose $5, like, of course things happen. But in general, my moods are so much better than they used to be when I didn't know about manifestation, because I used to be such a negative person. And now that I have my mindset in check, where it's at now, where I'm always like very success oriented, I'm solution oriented, where if something goes wrong, I'm like, how can we fix this? That's my first thought. And so every day when I'm going to school, when I'm sitting down to work on my computer, when I'm messaging my team, when I'm managing them, when I'm doing anything, I just am in a genuinely good mood. And when we are high vibe, a lot of the time, things come to us easier. That's one of my favorite ways to manifest, is just be in such a good mood, be happy, be grateful, have fun. One of my favorite things to do is just to laugh. I love watching David Dobrik on YouTube. I will link his channel below. He's so hilarious, him and Vlog Squad. And I will just sit down and like binge 45 minutes worth of their videos and laugh. And I will like make money while I do that because I'm so open to receiving. And I'm in such a good mood. And who doesn't want to be in a good mood all day, honestly? And the second thing I want to talk about with how this shows up in my day-to-day life is I become very proactive about things that happen. I'm not reactive. So let's talk about this difference. When you're reactive, this would be like you stub your toe and you're like, oh shit, and you're like, that hurt, and you react to the situation. Being proactive, you would think you're trying to avoid the situation, but for me, being proactive is also like prepping myself so I don't become reactive. So if I stub my toe, I would be like, ow, that hurt. And then I'll be like, what did I do? How did I manifest that into my life? Because everything that is happening around you is just a mirroring effect. Like if you see somebody buy the Range Rover that you want, that's just a mirror. That means it's closer to you. Everything that you see, everything that you do, everything that happens is just a reflection of your thoughts. So if you stubbed your toe, like what were you thinking that created that? So instead of reacting and being angry and upset about it, I just ask myself, how did I create this in my life? And a really important thing that I do is I don't check my phone in the morning. And I'm really, really strict about daily routines, and we're going to talk about that in a couple of minutes with the how part of this, but I will not check my phone until I get through at least half of my morning routine, and my morning routine is like 2 hours long. So and if you guys want the details for my morning routine, I just posted a video like 2 weeks ago with my exact routine, and I'll also link that below or on the screen somewhere. But I won't check my phone, because what happens when we check our phone first thing in the morning, that's when we are most like vulnerable, so to speak. That's when we're the most creative, we're recharged, we're reset, we're ready to go. And when you get on that phone and you start scrolling through Instagram, or you're on Twitter, or you're reading the news, you're feeding your brain with all of this stuff, and you just become reactive. You're just like, I'm reacting to this, reacting to that, reacting to that. And you may not even realize it consciously, but it's happening subconsciously. And I always tell my clients and friends and anybody I'm talking to about manifestation that when you're on Instagram and it's like 8 a.m. and you have to go to school or go to work that day, and you see, I don't know, Sally Sue, and she's on the beach of Hawaii with an acai bowl, and she's like a model with 5 million followers and her life looks great, you're like subconsciously might be comparing yourself to her, and you're like, oh my god, like I have to go to this shitty job and blah 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 blah, when Sally Sue is like this super hot model that makes all this money and has the best life. Why can't my life be like that? And that's that reactive sense. So when you're in a place where you're manifesting daily, you're being really intentional about your energy, you're being really intentional on what you're focusing on, you become more proactive. So that's when you have your daily ritual and you feel really good and you're really excited about the day and you're in a great mood, and then you can get on Instagram and you can be grateful, be like, wow, this post popped up of Sally Sue, because that's a mirror of what's going on in my head, knowing that I can have that too. Good for her. Like, that's amazing that she gets to live that lifestyle. And then we can come from that proactive place where you're not just like, oh, like that sucks. Third thing that I want to talk about when we're manifesting on the daily is just actually manifesting little things. So I believe that we should take steps every single day to get towards those big goals. So if you want to manifest a job, a car, a house, a boyfriend, whatever it is, you need to take little steps to get you there. And for me, when I map out things that I want to manifest, I write down all of the steps that I need to take in order to receive that. And if you guys want a video on my whole process for mapping this stuff out, just comment below and let me know. I'm totally open to doing that. But when I'm doing this, I'm creating all of these small baby steps and I'm putting them on my calendar and I'm working on them. And so during the day, you're going to be doing these small steps. You're taking the action and things will come to you. It might not be you get the house tomorrow, but maybe you find the listing. Maybe a random ad pops up and it leads you to a website that has the dream house. Maybe you see a poster in the coffee shop you love to go to and they're hiring, or someone else is hiring and it's your dream job. You never know. And so for me, I can manifest a lot of little things in one day. I can manifest my coffee being $3. Easily the barista could be like, that's just an iced latte, and then charge me like $6 for this. But I manifest it being $3 because I'm confident in that I can get it for $3. Just a little example. Other little things that I can manifest throughout the day is just seeing people on campus. When I'm in a really good mood and I'm really open to receiving human interaction almost, I will run into my friends when I'm at school. Another thing could be like manifesting what time the bus comes. I always stand out at the bus stop behind my apartment and I'm like freezing cold and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what if the bus just came right now? That would be so amazing. I would get on, it'd be so warm, and I would just walk and I would go sit in this specific seat, and then I like open my eyes and look over and the bus is like coming down the street. So what does all this mean? Like, okay, you're in a great mood, okay, you're more proactive about things, okay, you can manifest all of the little things. That's great, but like how can we start doing that? I got you, girl. 1 second. Okay. So I also have 3 ways for you to do this. So number 1 is your morning routine. I will preach about morning routines until the day I die. Like, it's just a fact of life. I'm going to preach about it every single day. And I actually have a little mini course on daily rituals, every single thing I do, why I do what I do, journal prompts, all the things. I'll leave a link below for that so you guys can check it out. But the point of doing a daily ritual or having a morning routine is setting aside that time for yourself. So the whole point of manifestation is to create a life you're obsessed with. It's to live your dream life and to be the best version of you where you feel really good all the time, right? And a lot of times in those dream lives, we're like getting massages, we're getting our nails done, we have like baths every night. You know, we start to create these dreams of these luxury lives where we're spending all this time on ourselves and self-care, but then we don't do it in our normal lives. And we easily could be. So when I set aside time to do that 2-hour morning routine, that's me setting aside the time for myself. It's me showing up for myself. And it's me being selfless in the same sense, because when I show up as my best self, when I have that space to feel really good, to recharge, then I can serve the world in the best way that I can do as an individual. So morning routines, daily rituals are so, so important to do this. And that's how I really create, that's how I really cultivate those good moods where I'm like, okay, I'm always in a great mood, or almost always. You know, we're human. It's because I do those morning rituals. And if I wake up in a weird mood, or I feel kind of icky, or I'm just irritated about something, I just journal it all out. And so I can approach the day from that open, positive mindset. Does that make sense? Okay. And the second way you guys can do this, where you can start to manifest daily, where you can start to create a dream reality every single day, where you feel good, you're not reacting to things, you're being proactive, you're starting to manifest little things, could be money, could be coffee, could be seeing a friend, could be a text message that you manifest, is to start to choose your own thoughts. Then when we're choosing our own thoughts, I saw a quote on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, and it was like one of those quote pictures that somebody posted, and they were like, you should be checking your mindset 2 times as much as you check your phone. And I was like, holy shit, that's deep. And it's so true. We should be checking up on our mindsets more and more, because that's what's important. That's what creates our reality. Like, we're so obsessed with social media, we'll just easily open up Instagram, but who knows what we're thinking about, right? Like, that's scary to me. And so the second way you can start to create this dream life and manifesting things daily is to just choose your own thoughts. So sometimes when I check my phone, I will think about that quote, and I'll put my phone down and I'll be like, what am I thinking about right now? And if I don't like it, I redirect that. We can always, always, always choose the thoughts we're thinking. They don't have any power over you. You're the one thinking them. You can just choose a different thought. If you're sitting here worried about money, you're worried about a date, you're worried about a grade in a class, you can choose a different thought and be like, I'm so excited for this date. I'm so excited to learn more in this class. I'm so excited to make more money. I feel so abundant. I'm so grateful. Life's so good. You get to choose those thoughts. And when you do that, when you get in that habit, life just gets better every single day. Okay, and then the third thing you guys can do, the third and last thing I'm going to tell you guys to start to create this reality where you're manifesting daily, is to ask yourself one question all the effing time. And it's, what feels good? What feels good? What would feel really good right now? What would feel really good right now, and now, and now? And constantly asking yourself this and following what feels good. Because there's a term, if you are familiar with Abraham Hicks, you could just search them on YouTube and you will go down the rabbit hole, honey. And it's called the path of least resistance. So when we are receiving, just like I was talking about earlier, when I have fun, when I laugh, when I watch YouTube videos, I often receive money, or I just receive new clients, or whatever that may be, because I am on my path of least resistance. And so this is where you're just most open and you are willing to accept, you're willing to receive in this state. And often those states are when we are doing things that feel really good. So what I do every single day is like, I ask myself, I'd be like, what feels good right now? What feels really good to start working on? What would feel good for me to go do before school? What would feel really good for me to do after school? And this could be anything from like grabbing Starbucks. It could be doing yoga. It could be drinking 3 liters of water. It could be going on a walk on the treadmill at the gym. It could be calling one of my friends, watching a YouTube video, taking an online course. You know, literally the possibilities are endless. There are infinite possibilities, and I just follow what feels good all of the time, and then you will be rewarded for that. I am always rewarded for that because I'm always doing what feels good, and that makes things easier for you. So let's recap real quick before we wrap up this video. What it looks like to be manifesting on the daily: good moods, being really proactive, and manifesting all the little things as you're taking your little action steps. And how we do that is showing up for yourself with a daily ritual, choosing better thoughts, choosing a more loving thought, choosing a more grateful, exciting thought, and 3, focusing on what feels really good, what would feel really good right now. Amazing. Okay guys, what are you manifesting right now? Leave it down below in the comments. I want to hear from you. Make sure you like and subscribe. There are going to be new videos every single Sunday, and I will catch you next week. Cheers.